Donald Trump has just created a special task force to root out anti-Christian bias in the federal government. Apparently, the goal here is to go through people's emails, to look at people's actions, to look at policies, to try and undo all of the supposedly anti-Christian actions and anti-Christian policies here in the United States. Then I'm assuming that the next goal is then to do that on the state level, to do that in schools, to do that across the country. Now, let's leave aside for the fact that Christianity is the biggest religion in the United States. People walk around displaying their Christianity all the time on shirts, on crosses, on their cars, you name it. None of them are prevented from so doing. What is it that we're really talking about when people say, oh, there's an anti-Christian bias, people are preventing me from acting Christian? Well, what we probably really mean is things like discrimination and being able to force children to pray the ways that we want in school. So someone will say something like, oh, well, they should have to read the Bible in school. And you're like, well, my kid's Muslim. And like, well, it doesn't matter. You're being anti-Christian. Schools should be able to require that. Or businesses that want to discriminate against gay couples, or someone doesn't want to sell a house or a property to a gay person. What it really comes down to is people want to be able to say, well, you're infringing on my religious liberty if you force me to let that trans person into my store. Okay, leaving that aside, truly, what is anything about Donald Trump's actions that are Christian? How is he promoting Christianity in the slightest? You might argue, okay, that the abortion moves that he's made are in line with Christianity, though that's not actually biblical, but okay. But as a whole, let's see, he doesn't want to help refugees. He wants to execute prisoners. In fact, he recently put out a tweet screaming about, we will find you and we will kill you. Speaking of gang members, where do you find Christ saying or suggesting anything along those lines? The last time I checked, Christianity says things like we're supposed to help the homeless, we're supposed to visit prisoners, we're supposed to clothe the naked, right? We're supposed to forgive others. Now, this is the same man who said, I am your vengeance, I am your retribution. How do you fit that into Christ's notion of forgiveness, acceptance, loving other people? Where is any of that? Last time I checked, it's all about excluding as many people as possible, preventing people from being able to be themselves, not helping the homeless, not helping the poor, shuttering things like the biggest charity organization in the world, USAID, and constantly using a language of violence, anger, and hate. The man might as well be the Antichrist, for crying out loud.